Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gamer Chat Podcast. I am your host, Davey Boy, and with me, as always, is Joe. Joe, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, man? Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm slightly blunt, but and very very hot and sticky, but I'm doing good, man. Like I'm doing good. It's coming home, as you know, and you were the one that told me.
It's coming home. It's coming home. Yeah, no. For those who aren't aware, that is England beating the Vikings last night. And bear in mind, I was a Norwegian supporter last night. I will say that.
As an Irishman, Dave is anyone that England are playing fan.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I wouldn't expect it any other way.
Well, now, to be fair, Norway was the last team I would have. It went Brazil, obviously Ireland, but we're too shit to go into the thing. So we go Ireland, Brazil, Norway, and then England. So I'm supporting England for the rest of the tournament, and hopefully that's a curse where they lose next round. But then again, I don't want Argentina to win it again. So I want Messi to win it again, but not Argentina. So it's a double-edged sword, But yeah, we are in the final week of football. 3 matches left of the World Cup.
I'm going to be at Develop in Brighton, which is like it's a gaming networking thing in the UK. It's in Brighton. It's lovely when it's sunny this time of year because it's in July, and if it's sunny, it's great because it's right on the beachfront. Lots of ice cream, lots of beer. There's a Brazilian grill just around the corner. It's fantastic. But there's a party in the evening with the game. I think put on by gamesindustry.biz. I'll be at, and that everyone's going to go and watch the England game afterwards, like the semi-final. So it's either going to be heartbreak the next day, or I'm going to be one happy man.
Yeah, and we'll be obviously keeping up to date as it goes along. For me, I think that Jude Bellingham is carrying the.
Oh, absolutely. Between Bellingham and to a lesser degree Harry Kane, we've been. If one of them gets there, if Jude Bellingham gets his yellow card or gets injured, we're fucked. Yeah. We're just fucked. That's it. If Harry Kane gets injured or whatnot, or get sent off, we're fucked.
I doubt he will, though. Kane won't get sent off.
No. He's not generally that kind of player.
Yeah. But the next time we will record is...
the day of the final.
The day of the final. Or would you like to record it on the Monday, the day after? Or actually, if you win against Argentina during the week, we will record the day after.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that works. Because what time is it on the Sunday? I'm pretty sure it's on the
It's 8 p.m.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's on at 8 p.m. So
yeah, that's not too bad actually. 8 p.m. Yeah, bed by 11. I love it. Maybe 12.
Nah.
But no, okay.
But yeah, anyway, for those who aren't aware, this is a gaming podcast. Before, but yeah. I suppose some health as well check. I'm back to the gym as of Monday. Slowly back. My back will be slowly back, hopefully as of Monday. I do my stretches every day. It's been horrible. When I'm at work, I still feel a bit of strain, on my trap here. And the back of my trap. And I'm just my God, man. But I just stretch the entire time. But look. What other can I say then that I'm progressing? Any I know you've been going for walks. How's the weather been for you?
Yeah, man, it's been hot, and I've walked 20 miles this weekend.
And I would walk 500 miles, and
I would walk 5. Yeah. Yes, I have heard that song. No, yeah. So I was walking around the Peak District. Do you know where that is?
Where?
Peak District is just it's like a kind of mountainous-y type area near Sheffield. And in the East Midlands, basically.
Are you in Yorkshire?
No, I'm not. No, so not the Pennines. That's the Manchester one. This is sort of south
Oh,
of
okay.
Manchester.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like south east of Manchester, between Sheffield and Manchester. Basically, you
Okay.
have this area called near Alton Towers.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Basically, for all you Americans that who think we're just like pretty little rivers and fields in the UK, we have quite a lot of mountains and mountain ranges and stuff like that, like Wales, Scotland, in particular. But obviously, we've got the Lake District, we've got the Pennines, we've got some seriously like quite
Beautiful.
elevated areas for such a small island, really. So, you know, it is actually quite impressive. Anywho, yeah, we were there yesterday. Today we went on this walk through I don't even know where it is, but basically it's like near the Cotswolds. So I was like out all day, getting severely burnt, but enjoying the sunshine. Um, well, Last. What about you, man? Like, so yeah, so I haven't been to the gym, but I have walked a shitload. I've done some arm workouts, but mostly just lifting pints, right? So, but yeah,
Yeah. No.
but
Like I've been slowly working back out. Like here I have my 10 kg plate to help
yeah,
with stability of the core, and then I have my dumbbells over here, which are these ones are the 15 kg dumbbells. So what I'll do is I'll be doing like a kind of quick full body workout with those, and that's what I kind of do to get like slowly build everything back up. Like I've been using a
yeah,
lot of
man.
resistance bands as well, to be fair, uh, to help with the back. Really, just like slowly contracting the back, and I look like a plonker when I do my stretches, but it's necessary and needed.
To be fair, like, for a long time now, I've been struggling like with like my right leg, like all up the back of it, down like so the back calf, hamstring, and heel, like and around the Achilles and stuff. I don't know why. It's just like every time I like um stand funny, like stand for a period of time or walk for a period of time, like I just get it starts to really ache and stuff and like hurt. So I have been seeing a chiropractor, and it is kind of getting better, but I'm not I don't actually know what it is. It's ever since I injured my foot that time. I don't know if you remember,
Yeah, I
like
remember.
a couple of
Yeah.
months ago.
Hmm.
And ever since then, it's just not been right. I'm not sure if it's the footwear I'm wearing or something, or it's like, but I'm working on it. It is getting better, and that's the main thing.
Yeah. I obviously, when it comes to where you're located as well, like the only places outside of London that I'm very familiar with are the Midlands. Prefer mainly Leicester would be. I know Leicester so well out
Yeah,
of out
yeah.
of every area. Like whenever I go over, like to meet my mates, will be like, and these mates I met through Call of Duty, by the way. Like shout out Ray Montanandre. Like I remember we were chatting shit at each other in COD, and then well, they're people I talk to almost every day. To still to this day, so
Oh damn.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And like we've been all together. We're all the same age, so it's kind of crazy. Like two of them have kids now, and like I'm seeing from where we were back at Call of Duty Ghosts, and now it's beautiful to see. But let's get into what we've been playing, shall we?
Go
What?
ahead.
Uh,
Mine's very short. My list is very short this week. I've done so little playing games.
yeah, so you might as well work away then. And tell me what you've been doing, or game wise.
Okay, so game wise, I've literally played a tiny amount of ESO, um, and literally a tiny amount. I think I played 2 hours on Tuesday or something, and other than that, I've played zero games. I was in London. Obviously, I had a meeting with a publisher, there, and I stayed there overnight. I had a work thing the next day and stuff, so that was a bit of a ball ache. And so then I was playing catch up. I just didn't have the time to game, apart from Tuesday for a little bit. So I was just like sort of prepping to go. I have, however, just purchased on Steam Mafia: The Old Country. Um, I got it on Xbox and started playing it, but I basically did fuck all on it, and I love Mafia. It's the tits. It's one of my favorite franchises, and I can't wait to play it.
Hmm.
What about you?
So, I might as well put in housekeeping. I have started The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. The first video is
I
up
can't
on the
wait to hear
channel.
about this. I can't wait to. I want to get your thoughts about this now here on the podcast before I go back and hear the full video. So I started the video and I was just like, and I left you a comment being like,
Yeah, do
I
you
want
want
to hear what your thoughts are first. Go on, talk to me. Tell us before you go on to the rest. Tell me about what you thought about the best ranked video game of all time.
Now, for clarification, I played this game for 2 hours. Okay.
Okay.
The first hour of this game was trying to find where the fucking sword was.
The Kikiri sword.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it's
And
right in
if
the
you
village,
look,
isn't it? It's through a
it's
wall.
like it's under a wall, okay?
Yeah,
But I went in there. I went into that area, and I like when I rewatched the event, like the only corner I didn't take in that entire place was the one where the sword was, because of the boulder that's chasing you. And I went in there, so I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, okay, I got the rupees that I need. Let's go back and get the shield. Maybe I need the shield to progress to get the sword." I thought something like that. And
Yeah.
I spent like I cut out like maybe 45 minutes of me just wandering around the entire area without looking like a complete idiot. So I edited it down, got the sword, and then made my way to the Great Deku Tree. And bear in mind, music, the Lost Woods, or is it the Lost Woods or the Lost Wilds? The
Yeah,
do
the
do
Lost
do
Woods.
do do do.
Yeah. The Lost Woods is so
I
good.
didn't
Yeah.
know that was from that or anything like that. Like, because I heard that
Didn't
song.
you?
No, like I knew it was a Zelda song. I didn't know this is where it was from. And I was
But
like, oh my.
Ocarina of Time has the best songs ever.
And when it comes
Bar
to the
none.
gameplay, I'm not going to criticize any gameplay for one simple reason. I'm playing it on the Switch Joy-Cons. I have purchased the N64 controller. It'll arrive tomorrow,
Big
and
dub.
I will continue playing the game through the N64 controller and play it how it was intended. Because using the right analog stick just feels weird. So I'm looking forward to getting that controller and having fun with it. It's so far, I love it. The atmosphere so far is cute. It's very cute, so I won't complain. Won't complain about that. The one thing, like, I didn't realize how basic the combat was through all of the Zelda games.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's literally not changed that much by the durability stuff and like the jumping and the arrow thing.
Which, by the way, I'm going to put that out there right now. I really don't like the durability thing. I get it
Me
for
neither.
some of the weapons. Some of them, like, you know, when you pick up a stick and stuff like that, I really do get that. But especially for, like, the Master Sword. Although, having said that, there is a weapon that you can get in Ocarina of Time that breaks.
Yeah.
It's called the Giant's Knife.
Okay. I don't know where that is, but I'll find it eventually.
Yeah,
But yeah, no,
It's
like
a big sword, basically.
yeah, no, like I was like, yeah, as I've said to you like so many times, and like I posted on like Twitter/X that like I planned on playing this game for quite some time, and like it was going to be the only game I played until the next game I've been playing also appeared, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced came out the other day, and I had to purchase it, Joe. I had to purchase it.
Yeah, and what do you think? Because I do want to play it.
Okay. My honest thoughts, like this is my early impression of the game. I will do a full review on the channel when I platinum the game, because I do plan on platinum it, because it won't take as long this time because I don't have to play fucking multiplayer to reach level 50. So first of all, game unbelievably beautiful. Ridiculous how beautiful this game looks. Insane. And then you get to the UI. I'm not a big fan of the UI in this game. Why? I'll tell you why. The UI is the exact same as the Assassin's Creed Shadows UI, and I'm not
really.
I'm not a fan of that UI. And like, I don't know if it's just me, but I haven't actually looked properly into it, but like I kind of hope we can kind of change the accessibility features of the icons for the missions, because in previous games, like it's either going to be a bright blue or a white or a gold for objective things. But in this game, things are like bright green, and like the game, it's kind of hard to track the item that you're looking for when you're looking for a green thing in the, it's not the best that way. But overall, beautiful. And I see online everyone talking about, oh, we need Assassin's Creed Trilogy, Ezio Collection. We need. No, we don't need that. We can make that, yes. Not anytime soon. Give us an Assassin's Creed 1 remake, please. Give us the one game that's not accessible to play, please. Every other Assassin's Creed game is playable except this one. And, like, no joke. I know the Ezio Collection is going to sell much, and we'll get into news reports on Black Flag and how much of an asshole Ubisoft are. It's like, part of me wanted to not support the game at this, but I can't pretend that I'm two-faced like half the other people online. Like, I'm going to buy a game that I'm interested in, And by the way, this is also the best, highest-rated Assassin's Creed game, by the way, of all time now. Funny how that.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the most. But so, shocker how, that the gameplay different. The gameplay is a lot different. Like, I think it's because of my memory of someone who's platinumed all the Assassin's Creed games in the last 2 years. I prefer the old combat style of like having to press square, triangle, using like it's using the R1 and the and shooting seems off. Like, I preferred using pressing triangle to shoot things. Like, it was easier that way. But however, I think this is a fantastic remake. And if we get more of those, like, this is how they should do it, okay? You make one next, because one is very important to Revelations. It's very important to Revelations. Like, bear in mind, the reason probably why they're not doing one is because of how much out of anime stuff there is. Unless, because as I'm not sure if people are aware, there is no out of first person stuff in this game. Like, you don't do first person stuff. And I think that's what they're trying to veer away from, is that. But there is this thing called the Dark Animus, and I don't know if that's like their way of a new kind of modern take on it, because it was kind of the same in Shadows, where you had the eagle person talking. So it's interesting to see. I feel like they're trying to get away from that, but if all Assassin's Creed fans who love the lore of Assassin's Creed love the Isu tech and like all that time period, so it is interesting to see where they go. But if everyone's talking about remakes, one is the next remake that should happen. And I just want to put in that, remember, I spoke about an Aztec game that's being remade, or not being remade, but being made, an Assassin's Creed Aztec game that should be released in 2030. So that's more news for you. Don't know if I should have said that, but sure, look, no one's going to say anything about me. But yeah, that's Assassin's Creed. But like, I'll play it more tonight. I won't pick up Ocarina until tomorrow, because I get the N64 controller. I've never used an N64 controller, by the way, so I don't know how it's going to fit.
Oh man, then they're not the best. I have to admit, they're not the best.
Like that, like for me, I grew up playing PlayStation, Xbox. The first Nintendo console that my family owned was a Wii. So
was it? Yeah.
I mean,
Mate,
I had like the handhelds, but you know what I mean. Like, the handhelds are different than.
They leveled up big when they changed the controller to the GameCube controller. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, I had the GameCube controller because I bought Smash Ultimate's Collector's Edition, and when you got the Collector's Edition, you got that controller. So, but enough about that. Let's get into this weekly news of gaming in the section that I call In the World of Third Party. That is what we're going to be doing from now on. We have a format, Joe. Can you believe that I've actually made a format from now on? We will be talking about third-party games, publishing, all that news, and then like the outside world things. Then we'll go on to Nintendo, but guess what, guys? Nintendo are fucking quiet this week. I think they're just kind of lay low for a little while all the information that we have coming out about other platforms. But we have lots of Xbox, and we have lots of PlayStation news to talk about. But let's get into third-party news. Let's talk about an all rumor on the all speculation. Fuck, I can't even pronounce it. What's it called?
Speculation.
Speculation train. Let's go on the speculation train, shall we?
Oh right, I was like, well, I don't even know what he's on about.
Yeah, Far Cry 7. Rumors have come out about Far Cry 7, and let me get into it. So apparently, it's going for is it the Dead Rising 2 games where you had like a certain time to complete the game?
Dead Rising 2. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a set.
Dead Rising.
I think so. Yeah. So
Either way, yeah. But go on.
72-hour timeline to complete the story of the game. There's a new enemy faction called the Sons of Truth. Then there's a rescue up to 6 kidnapped family members. It's also got weapon durability in the game. It's got safe houses in the game. This one is very interesting, and if it's true, I'm not sure how I like it. And it is high stakes PvEVP extraction mode. Yikes. And then there's the whole dynamic wildlife, where your friends, you pet wolves, bears, like the usual Far Cry thing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a PvE PvP mode in a Far Cry game?
I just think it's something that no one's asking for. I don't care for it.
Yeah.
I don't care for it. I think it's a lot of extra dev work for something
An unnecessary
that no one's going
thing.
to give. For something that no one's going to give two fucking shits about, and they're just trying to get a quick win for this franchise, and it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make it so the game basically needs to sell more than it will sell in order to be profitable. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, oddly enough,
that's where I'm at with that. I mean, the dynamic wildlife and stuff like that, great, love it. Weapon durability, not against it for certain stuff or for maybe certain difficulties. Sons of Truth sounds pretty interesting. Far Cry. Where do you think it's going to be then? Sons of Truth.
As in, where's the location?
I
honestly don't know. Couldn't tell. But I think I saw something about Alaska or something like that, or Canada. Was like something that I saw last year, or the year before. I mean, that could be completely changed because, bear in mind, people thought that Cillian Murphy was also going to be the main guy. Bear in mind, that could still be true, shall I say. It could still be Cillian Murphy, but I don't know. I know that the game has changed a lot since its original plan, and a lot of people have left and came in, so it's interesting to see that. But when it comes to that, I don't know how much I will actually enjoy it. But let's get on to a game that has announced that it will be ending its service, and that is Square Enix has announced that Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis will end service October 6th, 2026. For those who aren't aware what this game is, it's basically a role-playing video game that's made by Square Enix. I think it's Applebot or something like that. But it's a mobile game. It's an Android game.
Okay, so you're not bothered, basically, then?
Not even in the slightest.
No.
It's not something I play, so the fact
that they're ending service for it's likely not something a lot of people play. So
apparently there's a few, but it's when I say a few, maybe a few thousand, not a lot.
Yeah.
But that game is going to be shut down in October 6th. Sorry, I'll be too busy playing other games around that time period. But this one is very interesting. After the whole stop killing games movement and stuff like that, and my beloved Brazil have come up with a new proposed bill to help protect gamers, and this kind of helps a lot with Brazil in general, because I'm not sure if you know what the economic state is in Brazil when it comes to gaming and how expensive it is to buy a game in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I will say this, and I know, again, I mentioned on the last podcast, I do know a lot about the different currencies, and it is a lot to buy a game in Brazil, but
Do you know how many
that's for
hours?
people who live there. Like,
Yeah, I know.
For us, if we were to buy it in Brazil currency, it would be like getting the game half price effectively.
Oh yeah, but like for
So.
those who aren't aware, let's just say for GTA's purposes, like so if you were to buy GTA in Brazil, you would have to have worked 42 and a half hours to be able to fully purchase the game. Like that's how
A week's worth of work, basically.
Yeah. As opposed to that's like a day for me, day and a half for me. You know, like it's like we're fortunate enough for that. But like not even just like just like 9 hours of work. But like it is interesting. But let's get into it. Brazil had published this new protection. After support ends, publishers will need to enable an offline play, provide the community with tools to keep the game running, and offer proportional refunds. Publishers would have to disclose online server requirements and guarantee at least 2 years of support after launch in Brazil. Players would need to be notified at least 180 days before the game's online services are shut down. Lawmakers have also requested an investigation into Sony's plan to end physical games disc production in 2028. So, and yeah, that's that. That's a different topic there afterwards. So let's So as it is interesting. I mean, I kind of this is a thing that
so the EU. Do you know? So on that thing, let's go back. Let's do this in reverse. Order. So the way you said it. So Sony's plan to end physical. This is actually something that's missing from our topics list, but I saw it in the week. But the EU has basically said there's nothing that they can do in terms of mandating Sony to keep physical discs. They're apparently able to sell in whatever medium that they want, and it doesn't. They can't do anything basically. And the EU, to be quite honest, I don't think Brazil doing this is. It's unfortunate because I agree with it fully. I think they're absolutely bang on. I'm really glad to hear that they're doing stuff like that and they want to do something like this. I don't think it's going to create a big enough splash. They need someone bigger economically to get on board with them to push this through. I think to make it so that developers do it, because all this will do is some games will just not support Brazil because of the law, or that region, which is to be a shame because there's a big gaming community in Brazil.
Yeah, no, but I think it's more so like there's certain things that can be taken from it. For instance, players will need to be notified at least 180 days before the game service is getting live. So I think if you're purchasing a game, okay, like let's just say Anthem, for instance, the servers are gone now. But if you were to buy that game, like from the store, you should be given a notification before you purchase that game saying this game is going to be offline as of such and such time, and and you will not be able to play it anymore. I mean, bear in mind, I think Anthem is actually another perfect reason where you could have kept that game online, or kept the game offline, but still playable. Very because the platinum is unattainable now, and you can't I have the Anthem on disc over there. When I put that in, I can't play it because the servers are offline because it's an online game. So things like that are disappointing, but I agree with a lot of this, but I think it's more stop killing games as someone that needs to kind of push more of this for it to see more of an effort, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, let's move on.
I mean, I think it's nice to see someone putting in the effort, and I think you're right. This is the sort of thing which could actually form some decent framework, but ultimately this is still a problem. And to be quite frank, the solution is quite obvious, and that's in in terms of protecting people with offline. It's the DRM is the problem, isn't it? That's the issue. You need to have built-in offline protections for single-player games. I think if you're an online if the game is an online multiplayer game with online servers, I think you have to bear in mind. I think it's one of those buyer beware things. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there needs to be notification when you purchase.
I agree. A notification when you purchase, but this is just one of those things. Everyone knows it, and typically these things only last a certain amount of time, unless you're something like World of Warcraft, which just seems to go on and on and on. But it's nice that someone's trying to do something, and I would like to see at least some of this form of framework to be adopted across the industry to protect gamers really from the DRM / digital license issue of ownership and longevity of the games that they buy for good money.
Yeah, no, I agree. So let's move on to the next news there. There was this game called from Cygames, an open world RPG that was called Project Awakening, still in development after 8 years of its PS4 reveal. But this game is apparently still going well, and it could release as early as next year. Have you seen anything about the Project Awakening? Like, I completely forgot about it until I saw the...
Yeah. I mean, I saw it online. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised that it's still going. You know, when you don't see when you see a game and forget. Do you know what I mean? And
like deep down,
you just think, oh, it's been killed. Like, I'm glad it hasn't. Maybe I have seen them. They've been particularly active online recently. I think CY Games or Cygames or whatever. I'm wondering if they've just secured some extra investment or something from someone.
Possibly a potential Gamescom re-reveal.
I'm not sure they're going to be there.
No,
I'm not. I don't know if this is. I'm thinking about the right person. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's a game that I think I'm looking forward to. I want to see. What I want to see. Are they a Japanese? Yeah. You know what?
They are Japanese. Yeah.
They're going to show that they're not going to show up at Gamescom. They're going to show up a month later at Tokyo Game Show.
Tokyo Game Show, yeah.
There we go. That's where they'll show up.
They might be at Gamescom, but they won't necessarily be showing the game.
Yeah, no, I'm fully like it'll they'll show it off at Tokyo Game Show 100%. I feel like that's where it's more likely. And speaking of Assassin's Creed, okay. When I purchased the game, I go online and I see that Ubisoft have laid off 50 developers the day before the game releases. It's a very scummy thing.
Agreed. Having said that, just keep in mind that a lot of studios take on a lot of contractors. For short term things, so they might have just not renewed a lot of contracts because obviously what they do is they hire loads to get a game done and finish it and stuff. So it could have been something like that. I haven't seen any more details, but it could be that that's the case. But if it's not, it is proper scummy.
It would be proper scummy, and I wonder if anyone got a payout or a bonus for the game's release. Or anything like that, if anything like that was in their contracts. But it was kind of scummy. But, however, the game has launched positive as in the highest rated Assassin's Creed game. However, over on Steam, it's getting mostly negative reviews.
It's up to mostly positive now.
Is it really?
Yeah. 5,500 mostly positive reviews.
Okay. And for those who want to know why it was negatively positive, the game cost like €60 here, but the game has more in-game DLC attachments than the actual price of the game itself. It has over €85 in cosmetics, There's like you can pay like a $5 or something like that to unlock all of the viewpoints, treasure maps, everything. Like they'll just pop up on your map. Like you can get XP time saver things, as well as like. Bear in mind, don't get me wrong. Some of the cosmetics are cool, but
yeah,
they break like I said, they break the immersion of the pirate game. But like it's just all the new Assassin's Creed games are going to be flush with this, and
yeah,
like for instance, like for me having the game early, like or not early, pre-ordering it, so I managed to get different content where I got this cool like outfit. But one thing I don't like is the trinkets. Like there's so many trinkets in the game. That's the thing that they're taking from Shadows. That's a whole different thing, but whatever. But I saw like some of them are cool. There's like a fire, like there's like all these like flaming fire stuff. Then there's like a sea serpent thing where it looks pretty cool. Like I'll be going into depth about it. I plan on making a video on how it is terrible to see, but at the same time, I don't really care because as someone who knows how to play games and if I want to support them, I will pay for that if I want to. If I see something, I don't think I've ever purchased a skin in a Ubisoft game ever. Like I know that in Assassin's Creed Origins, you could actually go to like this weekly vendor and you could get like certain things that were purchasable on real money, or you could wait until it became available and you could get it. It's like in Destiny 2 with Bright Dust and like Silver. Bright Dust is free currency that you can get things in the game. It's kind of like that. I don't know if that's in Black Flag yet because I'm still early in the game. Like I'm just about to leave Havana for the first time, so still pretty early. But I hate that Ubisoft are doing this, and I can't say it's ruining their games, but I do find it hilarious. I'm in the game for an hour, and one of the first things you do is pop up, oh, you can get this at the store, and they bring you to the store. And you're just like, I don't want to be going to your store. Like, just have it as an option. Stop, like, trying to make me... I spend money on the game. Let me enjoy the game. Don't bring me straight to the store. I'll find that accidentally. I'll stumble across it. Don't make me do the shit. And I do have a monkey on my ship now that has a pirate outfit. That's cool. It's very cool. That's the only thing I'll say about it. I like my monkey's outfit. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
But let's get into Nintendo. Psych, there is no Nintendo news this week because they've been very quiet.
Yeah, surprising, or not unsurprising, actually. To be honest, we are in that lull really, where there's no real new news popping up.
Yeah, and actually, one last Assassin's Creed thing. Actually, I completely forgot to say, this is the first time in quite a while they've actually said the game has sold 2 million copies. They haven't said it hasn't had 2 million players. It said copies sold. I'm not sure if when it comes to the whole speech about certain things in gaming, when they say sold, it's a very more positive thing as opposed to players, as we'll probably get onto in a later topic when it comes to Xbox about these type of things. But it's great to see that this game has sold 2 million copies in 24 hours. It's fucking fantastic. It's almost as if they have kind of should take up from here and make one, then the trilogy, and then move on to Hexes. But I think Hexes releases next year. So do you want me to just quickly go? I'm sorry, everyone, but Assassin's Creed is like my shit bear, like Halos. So this is the new pipeline. I think it's going to come from them. We're going to get a remake, Resynced. Okay, next year Hexes. The year after that, Resynced, remake. Year after that, I think there'll be a bi-yearly.
Yeah. I think
cadence.
That's a good call.
That's a good call. That's what's probably going to happen. But let's get into some Halo news. And trust me, it's been a fantastic week for Halo news. Or not Halo, Xbox. Xbox news. Especially the first news article that we're going to talk about.
Go on, yeah.
About sequel cancelled, quote unquote. Bear in mind, it's actually not cancelled. As Obsidian Forces...
It's shelved.
Actually, no. It's actually... it's still being worked on by a handful of people. But
It's low priority.
yeah. But we're getting a new Fallout game, Joe. Joe, a new Fallout game, and Joe, who is directing that? Can you tell me who's directing this game?
Josh Scheuer.
And tell me what has he directed?
Fallout New Vegas.
And
in brackets, the Fallout game which everyone likes the most.
Yeah. So as we were just about to say, and you're telling me that this is a game that's not being made by Bethesda, and it's the highest rated Fallout game, huh?
Well, allegedly, yeah.
But yeah, so let's just say this. Arsha has gone into Todd Howard and said, yeah, buddy, we're not waiting until 2030, 40, whatever you want to call it, for a new Fallout game. And I think there might be something soured. Like, unless there's been some compromise or anything like that, I honestly think this could go horribly wrong. Todd leaves after EO6. Elder Scrolls 6.
In honesty, I'm pretty sure I remember him hinting at something like that before.
Mm-hmm.
He did say, you know, something like, you know, if you think about it, I'm not getting any younger, and like after the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, you know, we're gonna look like type thing, basically. He alluded to it. I can't remember. I have to go back, but I remember
commenting
on it. Yeah.
It was in an interview when they were talking about EO6 back in the day. It was like
I think it was with Rowan McCaffrey. Interview.
It was, and it's very interesting. I might as well put this news, like these two together. They're a bit separate. I'm not sure if either of us put it in, but like Elder Scrolls or Bethesda was with layoffs that Elder Scrolls 6 could be delayed to even 2030.
I mean, at this point, we're very lucky that it hasn't been cancelled.
I mean, I think, like, honestly, Xbox would ruin its reputation that it, quote unquote, has at the moment if they cancel ESO. Or, I keep saying ESO, Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls, yeah. I don't disagree.
Like, that game is coming out.
Because it's too big a potential moneymaker.
Yeah, it is. And speaking of moneymakers, we've also found out in news this week that Minecraft alone, its revenue has been funding a lot of Xbox's games.
Yes, it has.
You can now see why Arsha has taken King and Minecraft, like that. They're like, he literally direct straight to me, because that's where they make the most revenue, is Minecraft.
They're money printing machines. That's why.
It's insane.
Money printing machines, low cost, high profitability. Like, it's just, yeah.
And let's talk about one more thing, which could be perfect timing for Xbox. But I think if they announced this maybe a month or two ago, it would have went down terribly. But because of all the PlayStation news, this could actually be working in the beneficial way of Xbox. And that is, Xbox could be close to testing and revealing the digital to disc to digital as early as next week. I have heard rumors that it could be fully revealed at Gamescom.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if there's anyone I fully commit, like, Microsoft are wizards when it comes to advancing technology in certain ways, like as we learned from backwards compatibility back in the day, and as we have pretty much found out, PS3, they've messed that up so bad that they can't find a way to move the games over. Like, I'm not sure if you know how terrible and difficult it was to build the back end of a PS3. And like, even with like emulated PS3 like things that, like, I think Digital Foundry did before, they can't get games to run properly. So Xbox doing this to digital, I want to get your thoughts on it, and then I want us to have a discussion on what we think this is. So tell me what you think about the disc to digital. Like, tell me what you think.
I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's an extraction of a license key, so that you can, when the next console is released without a disc drive, you will be able to use your former console to extract the license key off the disc so you can play it on your next hardware, because obviously you won't be able to put the disc in. That's what I think it is.
Okay. Do you want
So
me to?
because you can do this, I know that it happens. So in the console market, you get like often you'll get super cheap games that you can buy on the market and stuff, and because they're basically scratched discs that you can buy, and obviously because they're physical, there's different royalties and things like that with them, and so they're cheaper. Basically, is the long and the short of it. And I think that they are basically just using that technology as a piece of software on your console to extract the code from the key and own it to the digital count without having it as like a one code on one code on the other type thing, as it is at the moment. What do you think it is then?
I think it's an app that you install, like from the app, like the Xbox Store,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you insert the disc, and like it's kind of how Nintendo Switch does it, where I have Kirby digitally, but it registers like it makes it like a key carded thing where it shows up, and I feel like pros. I think it's going to be good to help with the ecosystem of Xboxes moving forward, but that's in the hope that people will keep their old Xboxes as well as the Helix.
I think it's so that all the people who have invested in the physical media side of things already can bring their library with them and still play those games. And so it's basically the backwards compatibility thing.
Yes, but do you think it will, as from my knowledge and from what I've heard, it's only going to be from the Xbox One series of games starting off. Like, does it mean they can't go back? Because as we know, on the Xbox One, and like there's certain backwards compatible games that we can put into our Xboxes and they'll work. But there's also some other games, like a game that doesn't work, for instance, is Marvel's Alliance. Like Marvel Alliance doesn't work backwards compatibility. Like there's no backwards compatible for them. And there's another way I can see it working, but it can also be very toxic in a certain way if it's exploited a certain way. Xbox, as like for those who aren't aware, like it costs nothing to send out a code to people.
No, they
Like
get them
and
for free.
and they're unlimited. Like they say,
Yeah.
oh, that they're unlimited. Like I've spoken to Colin Moriarty about this. Like I've asked him questions about this, and he's responded saying, "No, we can print unlimited type of things if we want to. There's no cap on that." So, do they print a disc, and in there also has a code if you have only the?
Dude. I can tell you without fear of contradiction, they will not be doing that. It will be an input thing where they only take codes and put them onto your and add them basically to your digital library. It will not be the other way around.
But like that's what I mean. How are you supposed to do a disc to digital though when it comes to the Helix? Do you know what I mean?
because so you don't do it on the Helix, so you do it on your current hardware. This is why it makes sense that they're releasing it prior to Helix, so that all the content you own physical you can carry over by adding it to your account, so that when you buy it, you own it and you can just play it directly without having to put the disc in. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do, but that's the point I'm trying to make here, where it's like some people don't keep their previous console. Like some people will not have an Xbox Series X because they'll trade it in to get money to buy a Helix. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they're releasing it prior to. So this will be a do this before the console releases. So they won't have traded it in.
I mean, for all like, I suppose in the way of game preservation, yes, but moving forward with their other games, like say the next whatever game is to release.
I don't think they're going to do it for. Well, yeah, but
It is awkward. It does reveal. It
But
does
the
make
thing is,
that.
don't forget, you can't trade it in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't trade it in until the next console releases, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's like it's like when you do a reset and remove all the cards and memories of the profiles and stuff like that before you trade it in. It's exactly the same principle. So you just redeem the key from the disc before you trade it in from all your discs of the games that you have.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's going to take too long. It'll be like activating a Steam code. That's how long it'll take. It'll be seconds.
Okay. Like, I understand that, and it's like good for the ecosystem of Xbox. But when it comes to the digital side of it, like, can the games, like, I don't know, you know the answer to this. I'm just having a discussion with you, and we're just like, this is just speculation. We're not like arguing back and forth or anything, but
I'm 99% certain I'm correct.
oh yeah, no, I believe it, but I'm just trying to like ask the questions that could be alluded to it.
No. I mean, it's good because, like, sometimes you don't think about things in certain ways. So it is always.
So put it this way: you will get since it'll be a digital thing that'll happen. Mm-hmm. Can that digital thing still be taken away? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The license can be revoked. Yeah,
it can be revoked. So it's like,
yeah, but by the back end, yeah, Microsoft.
Yeah, so
just like they ban you and things like that. They can revoke a license. Yeah,
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it's kind of the same as the Anthem.
If you read the terms and conditions, I know that it's not fixing a problem. It's not fixing a problem at all. Like, because it's still a license code. Mm-hmm. If you read the terms and conditions of the license agreement, and when you buy a digital product, it will be exactly the same thing as that. The only way to get around fixing the digital license thing is to fix digital ownership and make it so you actually own the product.
Like, is this just a way of like satisfying like physical consumers?
No. This, honestly, I don't think it doesn't. In my opinion, all it does is basically says it's basically backwards compatibility for people who have got physical up until now. That's what they're doing.
Okay.
It's smart, and it's the least they should do, because if they're going to force people who've chosen to buy physical, and then just say, actually, we don't care about all the games you bought physical, you now can't use them on the new Xbox hardware, you're restricting your consumer's choice. Whereas if you were saying, like, okay, well, we're now not selling physical for all our upcoming games, and our next console is not going to support physical, but all those games that you have bought physical, you can bring those games through to your library and play them without having to put the disc in. Then it's a good thing to do, but I kind of see it as a bare minimum, considering the situation they're in at the moment.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna read one of these things I see on Twitter here. Like, so the pros of this thing, okay? Hybrid setup is a win. You keep the physical perks, but future-proof the collection. Helps Microsoft keep people in the ecosystem and pushes Game Pass / money, all that shit. And then the cons: only Xbox One discs, no 360. That's as speculation right now. That's not something. That is something that could probably go back to, and like, and then there might be fees. Once it's digital, it's still just a license, as you said. Like, that can be yanked, depends on whatever fine print they sneak in. Like, it can be a good thing, like, if executed in a certain way and explained a certain way. Like, people will, like, I think we always talk about how PlayStation won the generational thing, but I think this is the generational thing where it's coming before it comes to an all digital media platform, where I think, as we'll get to in some PlayStation news, like, PlayStation think they're better than everybody else, and including their fans. But we'll get to that in a bit. Let's talk about some Halo news, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, so before I get onto this one, we'll just start with Project Ecker is cancelled. For those who aren't aware, Project Ecker was a multiplayer game that was previously rumored to be releasing next year. But for some reason, we have no clarification on if it was just a full-on multiplayer or if it was the extraction shooter mode that was also rumored to be coming out, or the Battle Royale mode that was supposed to be coming. But yeah, on top of all that, Halo Studios is in serious trouble, if you ask me. Rebs Gaming, a content creator that makes a lot of news on Halo. I'll be linking the video that this all subjects to in the comments. I listened and watched the video. Shit's insane, by the way. It has spoken to numerous devs that have confirmed his comments that the mishandling of the IP, like, they just don't care whatsoever. That, like, and if you're a Halo fan, you know damn well, like, there's one of my friends right now currently, he's CGC, she's a YouTuber, someone I've worked in GameStop with a long time.
CJ Siege, I know him from Gamer Hub days. Yeah,
he is fantastic. He was on holidays for 2 weeks and decided to play all the Halo games. Bear in mind, first of all, Siege, I love you, but you have fucking horrible taste when it comes to the Halo games. That's all I'm gonna say. He doesn't like Halo 1, doesn't like Halo 2, doesn't like Halo 3. He likes Reach and he likes ODST.
I have to admit to him, I really like those two as well.
Yeah, but they're not Halo 2, Halo 3, like some of the peak gaming experiences of all.
Yeah. I mean, look, okay, yeah, go on. Sorry.
And
besides the point, go on.
And like he's someone that was like, I don't know what the fuck happened 4 and 5. And I was like, that's when 343 took over. That's why those games are so different. And he was so confused about it. And I was like talking to him about it. Then like I went on about how for some reason he couldn't dual wield and Reach and how he could in 2 and 3. And I was like, that's because of the Mjolnir armor that John has, like lore wise and all that. But like he was complaining about like there is something missing from 3 and 4. Or sorry, from 4 and 5. And I was like, yeah, that's because it's 343 and how they've predicted or how they've gone about making the games. Like, they're just terrible. And bear in mind, if you want to know the ending of Infinite, read a book, because they're not going to give it to you DLC wise. That's just insane to me. They've actually released more books than they have content since taking over. So I'll just say that. But yeah, the VP of Halo Studios, Pierre Heinz, is that how would you pronounce that? Hansti? How would you pronounce his name there? Pierre Hensti.
I would say, Hinst.
Yeah, Pierre. Yeah, Pierre Hinz. He's been mistreating his name. Like, he's literally, I'll just take a few quotes from Reb here. One of them is like, he was like telling them, like, he told a coworker to just fucking leave the office before giving an idea. And and apparently in a HR meeting, by the way, like, they made the VP apologize to the team, and he's been like mistreating and like shouting at people. He's the main reason why there's been so many delays. He has been harassing people in the workplace constantly. And bear in mind, this person was also with Matt Booty, and so kind of explains a lot, because I don't know how Matt Booty is that high up in Xbox right now. There's just something there that.
He's been there a long time. Yeah,
and part of the problem, if you ask me.
I don't know. I disagree.
Nah, he should have left when Sarah and Phil left. He got a promotion after. It's like Herman Hulst. Like, Herman Hulst has decayed stuff for PlayStation. It's kind of the same way. I don't know how these guys still have their jobs.
So, look, I don't disagree with Sarah and Phil, but I can tell you right now that I've spoken to people who say Matt is a good guy. He knows his onions. Former Microsoft people. He knows his onions. He knows his shit. Like, there is whatever. There's more to the story. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah, no, it's just there's just the way that I feel sorry for people working at Halo Studios, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we, like, as we're aware, bro, the amount of layoffs Xbox has had in Halo Studios wasn't one of them that got touched. Did you know how mad that is? Halo Studios didn't get touched from layoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if once Halo releases, you're gonna see some people leave. Because bear in mind, this game has been 80% outsourced.
Yeah, because fucking well,
Halo
Halo
Studios.
Studios is a joke.
But do you know how 80% of the game has been outsourced? Do you know what I'd be doing if I worked at Xbox?
No.
Halo Studios, bye bye. You're no longer working on the IP. Oh, we have id Tech. What do you mean we're not making Halo games on id Tech?
Hmm.
One of the longest serving gaming company devs in id, they should be the ones in charge of like first person shooters.
I absolutely agree fully. They should be. They should pass that game, that whole IP over to id.
Yeah, I think more, bro. Imagine Xbox's problems would be gone if, oh, okay, id Tech, we have that. Okay, let's what do you mean Fable's made on Forza Tech? So you're telling me that we can use our own engines?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you mean we have this IP, like this tech? We can license it. Other people can use it, and we make more money. Like Unreal Engine isn't the only
Unreal Engine is a complete fucking mess as well. Unreal
exactly,
Engine
and
5,
it
man.
and id
There's
Tech
so
is
many devs
fucking
going on about. Yeah, id is the shit. Like
like
I don't
it's
know.
amazing. Like and
Ed
obviously,
Tech is up there with Decima, like as engine goes. Like
yeah, like why why can't we do these things? Like Halo should be on the id Tech, and bear in mind, id Tech has lost over 50% of its team. Very unfortunate. Very
extremely
very unfortunate.
unfortunate for those laid off. They
How
did yeah, they did post something though,
they
didn't
did
they?
post
For it.
something, and like as kind of hilarious though when you think about it in the way that people were.
Ultimately it's damage control,
It
like
is
what they
damage control.
posted.
Yeah,
How having said that, um, that it's not incorrect.
it's not
Like
incorrect. No,
honestly, that and um, this isn't just gaming. This isn't just AAA gaming. This is worldwide at the moment. We've got a lot of organizations and a lot of uh, corporations that are overloaded with too many people who are just don't achieve anything basically and don't they do but they don't need to be there. That's what I mean. They don't need to be there in order to work for the studio to do what it needs to do. Um, it's that it's one of those nice to haves type thing, not essential to haves, and take nothing away from all these people. By the way, I know a lot of them will be, most of them, in fact, probably extremely talented people, but they just it's just you don't need to have to. It's just too many chefs in the kitchen type thing.
absolutely, and it is very unfortunate. I will say it's very scummy that you let people go the day before the DLC for Doom: The Dark Ages releases. I hope anyone affected actually managed to get some bonuses or compensation from being let go that were there a long time, because a lot of people that were there a long time have gone, and it is unfortunate. But let's get into a brighter picture for it, where there is actually another Doom game in development, early stages, and the id post that Joe was referring to is they basically said that we're sorry about everyone that been left go. Like, and for transparency, we're now at the size of when we were when we made Doom 2016. So, oh, so you can still make games then, like. Like everyone's like, oh, they're about to be made a support studio. And bear in mind, I think I also commented saying that I thought they'd become one. Like, but
Yeah, well, I mean, it's based on what. Here's the thing. Based on what was going on, and there's a lot of false information getting redistributed.
everywhere.
Um, that's even fooling normally quite reliable people online, and
Hmm.
it's just there is a lot of and to be fair, it's probably getting circulated by former and disgruntled employees.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of I've seen so much stuff recently online that is now and there's at least three things that are not true
Hmm.
um about in terms of regarding the Xbox layoffs and stuff, or if not true, massively misrepresented. to seem terrible. And you know they've got a challenge going along from the Bethesda Union and things like that. Like so, people are going to be trying to sow seeds of discourse to further their own agendas. And it's fair enough. I get it because I'd be pissed off too. If I was laid off through no fault of my own, basically, because we were being run poorly.
Yeah.
But you know, unfortunately, this is life. And then you know, yeah. Anyway,
It's unfortunate, but
fought over.
yeah, like we're getting a new Doom game.
We're getting a new Doom game.
Like the studio didn't get closed down. It's unfortunate that a lot of people lost, but I still feel like there is a lot of mismanagement going along where I think it should have stayed the size it was. Bro, you want my honest opinion? You should have closed Halo Studios out of everyone and moved some people over to id and then make a new Halo game on id Tech. That's what should have happened. In my opinion.
I completely agree with you. I think id are crying out for it. There's also studios that closed and are being sold off, which I would have used for other things.
Oh, tell me what you think.
You know, well, for example, oh god, who are they now? State of Decay, for example.
Labs,
yeah. I wouldn't be selling them off. Especially, don't get me wrong. They are about. It says to me that they're not confident in the game. By the way, but I think it's pretty stupid for them to split from them when they're this close to releasing the game, and it is a good long-term service moneymaker. And when that studio can be doing that, could once they release that, and you know it's updates, they can be doing a lot of support stuff, especially because they've got that sort of service type level experience, and they could be helping. Because I'm not being funny, but I feel like the whole zombie survival thing, I think is coming back. I think there was a time of zombie fatigue, but I think we're getting to a new era of stuff with this, and yeah. Anyway, we'll see. And if they could make that game mobile, I think the whole base management element of it and things like that. I think yeah. Anyway,
we still don't know who bought them, by the way.
Nope.
PlayStation?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but
Take-Two.
I no idea.
What's the other team? That one that buys all the fucking IP, the Saudi team.
Embracer.
That's the
PIF.
one, yeah.
The Public Investment Fund. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they're like they've battened down the hatches after EA being like, "Fuck, why have we got into gaming?" Basically.
Do you want to?
Anyway,
you want to set up, but do you want to talk about the next news article? Because it's the one you threw my way.
Yeah. So this one here, yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, this kind of segues on anyway from it. But basically, it's just been reported by IGN that Sharma has admitted that Microsoft's failure is because of Game Pass. So to read out in a bit more detail, following the layoffs that ripped through the Xbox business this week, Asher Sharma admitted that Microsoft's gaming strategy had failed, and a key part of that failure had to do with Game Pass. Microsoft has announced the July lineup of games for Game Pass in its first announcement following the layoffs that ripped through the Xbox business yesterday. CEO Asher Sharma cut 1,600 staff, blah, 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 blah. We know this. 4 studios have left Microsoft as part of the restructure, the most which Sharma called the most significant in Xbox history. So I'm just sort of paraphrasing now to get through the bits that we already know. Explaining the cut, Sharma admitted that Microsoft gaming strategy had failed, and a key part of that failure had to do with Game Pass. The Wall Street Journal said that Microsoft had expected Game Pass subscriptions to hit around 77 million this year, but it currently has only 30 million, as revealed during the FTC versus Microsoft trial of 2023. Microsoft had hoped for 100 million subscribers by 2030, which seems very unlikely at this stage. Xbox expected Game Pass to have 77 million subscribers by this year. Game Pass currently has 30 million subscribers, down 4 million subscribers from 2 years ago. 4 million subscribers down.
That's from the price increase.
That's from the price increase, yeah. Going forward, Xbox plans to take a more streamlined approach to games and studios, rather than the bigger is better approach. It's funny, because the bigger is better approach is kind of what they're doing, but just with their IP rather than new.
Do I have it here?
Indie IPs. Sorry?
No, I was just seeing if I have it here. No, I don't. Like, something that's also been talked about with Jason Schreier. Oh my god, I'm after fucking forgetting what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yes. According to Schreier, Xbox are apparently doubling down on exclusives, by the way, on their IP.
Yeah, of course they will. They have to.
But I'm just like, we are like, I just want to say something. I want to get your opinion on this as well. We're in this tricky spot in gaming right now where I'm going to be picking up Halo in 2 weeks' time on a PlayStation 5. Gears of War E-Day.
The mind boggles.
Gears of War E-Day is a Xbox exclusive. I guarantee you that game is going to be on PlayStation by 2029. There is no, like, how much of a, like, was it 400 million it took for the game to be made? Like,
yeah,
at what point?
If that game ends up going to PS5, it means Microsoft have abandoned the exclusive strategy.
Yeah, and they'll admit, like,
if that happens, they've abandoned the exclusive and the platform strategy, and Xbox are going full third party as a publisher and will be abandoning the box after Helix. That will be what happens. If what you say happens.
And on top of all that, like, after Clockwork Revolution comes out, no more first day one Game Pass games, exclusive day one games. They want.
They can't. If they're gonna double down on exclusives,
we literally just read it.
They can't release them into.
Yeah, we just read it. Like, it's not sustainable at all. Like, it's insane. And the fact that, like, that Phil used to be like, oh yeah, no, it's like we're making profit. It's fine. It's sustainable. It isn't. It's fucking sustainable. 65 cents to the dollar.
Listen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Dave, the issue, them doubling down on exclusives is great. For, you know, for the platform and everything like that. They made a critical error, and so they needed to grow Game Pass on PC and on console. They had like a 70% attach rate or something on the console. Absolutely phenomenal. Well done. Hats off to you. Well done. But they needed to grow PC and they needed to grow mobile. And okay, yeah, the mobile, you can make the point that it was slowed down by the whole Google and Apple duopolizing the mobile application store and stuff. But at the same time, they could and should have been doing more and investing more in bringing on a more casual audience in terms of the mobile and the PC, because the Xbox PC store and app and everything like that still fucking sucks. Still sucks. Since 2014 they've been going on about this and they've done fuck all. So it's a wonder. It's a wonder that that it didn't grow. They thought, just the content will do it. The content will do it. It was like ecosystem. You know, Xbox has a great UI and things like that, and ecosystem. Yeah, it needed updating a little bit and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's actually really nice and enjoyable to use. But it's not on PC, and it is not on mobile. It's non-existent on mobile, pretty much.
Yeah, no.
So,
and remember that we saw that leaked like controller, that what the like streaming controller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that ever gonna come out? Like,
your guess is as good as mine. I wouldn't be surprised if they released something like that now, but I don't think so. If I had to guess, if I was a gambling man, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, it's very weird to see, like, and obviously, like, you pissed off so many people with the closure of Tango and all this shit, and then you increased the prices, and you lost 4 million subs. I really do wonder, like, how many people PlayStation have lost, because a lot of people were canceling their PlayStation Plus subscriptions. Like, how many people have done that on their side? Because of 4 million there, and PlayStation is a bigger install base, and like from what I've seen as well, people were getting emails as a get 50% off a year PlayStation Plus, like as a retention to try and keep them. Insane, by the way, since the information they got.
Yeah.
But then, what else will we talk about? Because we've talked about the Xbox.
Well, we're going on to we did have obviously you mentioned about what Jason Schreier was saying, but okay, yeah. So we've got. I think you touched on that earlier about the Minecraft and but Jason Schreier basically has reported that the Elder Scrolls 6 is at least 2 more years away. He also had some stuff to say on PlayStation as well. So do you want to do the Elder Scrolls stuff? Give your thoughts on that, and then obviously we can segue into what Jason Schreier went on to say about PlayStation and that news.
Right. Am I disappointed that we're going to be waiting till at least 2030 to get Elder Scrolls? Yes. Do I necessarily care? No. We're going to be getting Fallout 3 remastered next year. Or matter of fact, we might even be getting it this year, October 23rd. We might be getting it.
Can you imagine?
Like Shadow dropped again, like just like they did with Elder Scrolls, like that. What makes this even funnier for Elder Scrolls is if we get that Obsidian fucking Fallout game first before Elder Scrolls.
No, do you know what would be funnier is if we got an Obsidian Elder Scrolls game first.
We did. It's called Avowed.
Yeah. I would love to see some spin-offs of Elder Scrolls.
I fully think Avowed won't be called Avowed, by the way. I think you're correct. I think Avowed 2 is a spin-off game of Elder Scrolls. Like, they're going to use the assets and everything that they have, make a Mage's Guild a Mage's Guild fucking Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Maybe they will. Yeah, maybe they'll do it as one of the you'll play as one of the NPCs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like in or one of the famous people within the Elder Scrolls
like
lore.
One of the Grandmasters, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But Elder Scrolls 6, it will be on both like next gen and current gen consoles.
Cross gen.
Yeah. Problem is the game going to be outdated before it comes out?
Technology wise, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, because they're doing a new they're doing the creation free.
Yeah, creative
free, aren't they?
Yeah. But like,
honestly, I don't care. I'm the fact that I still played Oblivion before the remake or the remaster, or whatever, and still play Skyrim. It doesn't. Those games are not about graphics. Oh yes, and things like that, and and it's about the
worlds.
openness of it
Yeah,
and the
exploration.
player choice,
Yeah.
the player choice, the role playing capabilities. That's what it's about. And yeah,
Like for instance, like we're getting games such as the Dawn of the Bloodwalker or whatever it's called, like in 2 months, and that game is all about like apparently like you can finish the game within 45 minutes depending on your choice and consequences.
wow,
Like like the game is that in depth.
that's gonna be a trophy, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. Like these type of things, like we have like CD Project Red, like with Cyberpunk. Like I mean, CD Project Red with fucking Witcher 3 when didn't that release the same year as Fallout 4? 2016?
Witcher 3, 20, it wasn't Witcher
15,
3 2015.
15, 16, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But like there was like, or it would have been the case where it was around like a 6 to 8 month window. And like, but like for instance, Starfield, heavily generated world stuff. Like I still think to this day, Starfield would have been a better game if you made maybe 3 to 5 planets instead of.
I I I agree with you. Maybe here's the thing. I think a solar system or like part of the Milky Way. Oh no, not part of the Milky Way. Part of the sun's solar system, and then a full other solar system, with some of those planets being completely barren, but most of them having being quite nicely fleshed out, and you being able to travel across atmosphere, and do you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
things that you can do now, basically, rather than at launch.
Yeah, no, but it's what worries me is how heavily AI generated procedural things that we got in Starfield, like all those maps. Like I don't want to be hearing you can get over 20,000 quests. Or, like no, I just want a rich, detailed, or like it was the planets. Like oh, you can travel thousands of planets. Like I don't want that. Like I want deep, rich, vibrant, explorable areas. Like 5 of them would be fantastic. Like how many planets can you name from Starfield?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
How many places in
The set.
Skyrim can you remember?
Yeah, all of them basically. So it's like but it's not the I can remember like some of them, some of them the systems, but that's because obviously some systems required you to do a lot, and then most of it was not, but most of it was just dead space. But that's because that's the case of space. They went along with the more true to life route with it in terms of space is fucking mostly empty.
I also think it has to do with
But I think they needed to be a little bit more savvy that you need. Where's the fun? Where's the fun
there
factor?
wasn't
Type
really
thing.
fun. That's the problem. There wasn't
Yeah,
fun.
and I think that's the. And I think I remember Todd Howard
I
saying
apologize.
something about
There
that.
was fun after you completed the game the first time, because the one thing I'll give Starfield is its engine, the way that when you go your journey, when you go back into it, like the game actually changes. Like things change, the dialogue changes the more you play the game, like after you complete it, because I don't want to spoil anything, but like characters remember you and ask different things as if it's like a deja vu thing, and like that can happen. Like people can have way different experiences the third or fourth playthrough, but the problem is I can't really give you much information about what I did in my first playthrough. And the one thing that game also had that pissed me off a lot was the fucking building the station stuff that they had in Fallout 4 as well, like building your own hub. Like that's what I mean by you have to travel to these barren places to get some resources, but like we don't really want that in an Elder Scrolls. I mean, bear in mind we can't. What's the most difficult thing that's going to be is like, oh, pick up this certain flower so you can have a green fucking, that's
You know what? Buying a home and in Skyrim and Oblivion and stuff like that was great. I actually really liked doing that. I mean, you had to complete the quest to be able to buy a home in the hold,
yeah.
or the area of Cyrodiil. But I think that is cool. And to be fair, being able to buy a plot of land or getting gifted maybe a large plot of land near to somewhere important in the next Elder Scrolls, I think could be cool that you could build. But I think it should be one of those things whereby you can't just instantly build it. It should be one of those things where it takes you ages to grind and actually be able to do. And to give you not just things where you can, like, when like you're trying to level up your smithing and something, you can actually do it really, really quickly.
Make those iron daggers.
Yeah. Just making loads of iron daggers, rinse, repeat, steal the ingots, steal the leather, blah blah blah. Like,
duplicate, bring it back.
yeah, exactly. I think it would be better to have like, maybe you have to, I think it should be like a whole, like, maybe there's a whole quest line for it whereby you have to find the people who can help you build the houses and stuff like that. And then obviously if you want to build, maybe I don't know, maybe there's a building skill.
I know what you mean. As in, like, that, like, you find this one guy, he's a gardener, so he can.
He's a mason, and a mason, and you have a stonemason, right?
Yeah.
So he can build like walls and things like that, and build.
But don't make it procedurally generated. Just make it like we care about these quests.
Yeah, exactly. So
make it,
and
like,
you can
like that. How many people? I can only name one person off the top of my head from Starfield, and that's Andreja, because she had the best storyline of all the side characters. Like,
I mean,
the amount of people I can mention in Skyrim and like in Oblivion, like, the thing is, give us characters that we can build a relationship with that will make us have a better.
Writing, I agree with you. The writing, to be honest with you, even in Skyrim, the writing was starting to drop off.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah. It was for the most part, there were some great things in there,
depending
but I do
on the
feel
it
kind of felt like a little bit lazy in some ways.
Generic.
I remember when I was doing the Thieves Guild, and I was just like in Skyrim, and I was thinking, this feels very Dark Brotherhoody in Oblivion, which was incredible, by the way. And I understand maybe why they might have tried to take influence from it, but it was too much of a cut, copy, paste type job.
Yeah.
And I feel like the story of, principally the same similar types of, themes can occur, betrayal, blah, 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 all of this kind of crap. A twist, but ultimately it felt a bit
samey.
It felt a bit clumsy, the writing.
Yeah, that's the one thing that, like, I remember, even, like, isn't it you get the skeleton key in
you can get, you have to give it back, like,
you have to give it back.
I think you can keep it, can't you?
You can keep it, if you don't fucking, or you say you didn't get it or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but that's the thing though, like. And it's true that, like, I feel like the Thieves Guild is where they tested a lot of things as well. Because remember, in the Thieves Guild, they made the generated content where you consistently had to go do certain quests.
In order so there was always something to do, like.
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean independent thievery that they had in Oblivion?
No, in Skyrim where.
But they had the like the.
Yes,
algorithmic quests, basically, where
that's
they'd be
the
like,
problem. Like, that's my least favorite thing about Skyrim, and I'm worried that type of thing will be in TES 6.
Yeah, because you know what they did, like, so for that, it was like I remember in Oblivion, which was done so well, was the independent thievery, and you had to fence a certain amount of stolen stuff. Before you could do the next quest. And I thought that was a really good way of character development when you were role playing. Like, you felt like you were getting better, your skills improved the more you did it as well, and things like that.
Like, bear in mind, like, I can name so many things about Skyrim, so many things about Oblivion. I can't really say that for Starfield. And bear in mind, I bought the collector's edition of Starfield. I played it day one. Like I can't say it's more the same. And bear in mind, it's the same with Fallout 4. I can remember a lot of Fallout 4, like Valentine, like that guy. You know, like he was a memorable character. Like I'm actually planning on making a series at some point soon where every Friday I release a video, play Fallout Fridays, and like go through that game again. Because I want to play through Fallout 4 before I play Fallout 3. And like that, we just need less procedural generated quests. That's what's going to worry me a lot.
Yeah. They're making it as vast as an ocean, as shallow as a shower.
You don't. It doesn't need to be though. That's the problem.
No.
Replayability.
Agreed.
That's the Blood of the Dawnwalker is a perfect example. Finish the game in 45 minutes, or you can take 30 hours to finish the game.
Yeah. I mean, they'd be better off just doing like 5 or 6 factions, and making them really making them long and fleshed out faction quest lines, basically that take with lots of hours of content in each one, rather than trying to give us 20 or 10. Sorry,
we're gonna do how to make Elder Scrolls 6 perfect.
Should we do an Elder Scrolls 6 wish list?
Exactly. We will we'll make a video on that coming in the upcoming months, where we write down things what we want to see and what we don't want to see, and what we will give the ideas of the perfect Elder Scrolls. So yeah, I'll make sure to jot that down. Look forward to that.
Yeah. Because we spent 20 minutes or something going on about it.
Yeah, no.
So we go back to the
PlayStation news?
The PlayStation news. Yeah, I know it feels like I thought it was a really nice segue going from stuff that Jason Schreier said about Xbox to stuff Jason Schreier said about PlayStation.
Oh,
the segue's kind of gone now because we had a fat chunk of Elder Scrolls, what we would do, blah blah blah, Starfield, etc.
It's almost as if we're playing it's as if we're role-playing game players,
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. So Jason Schreier shared new information about the physical format on PlayStation. Oh boy. Sony considers that its digital player base is already large enough to do without those who continue buying games in physical format. So basically, a big fuck you to you. The company will not change in retail distribution models. Stores will still continue to sell boxes, but these boxes will include download codes, as we're seeing with GTA 6. The company will not... Oh, I just read that, sorry. Currently, when Sony sells a first-party physical game as a retailer, the latter gets 30% of its sale, as opposed to when it's digital on PlayStation. PlayStation gets the full 100% of the game. So, for instance, if a game is €100, for instance, and it's a first-party game, you buy Ghost of Yotei, the digital deluxe edition, €100. The €100 goes straight to PlayStation. There's no middleman. The middleman in the retailer would get 30%, so they would get $30, and PlayStation only gets 70. So we can see why, but this has always been a thing. Even through third parties in gaming. And I'm not sure if you put it in here, but we're actually going to talk about it a bit at the end, because I've actually listened to something from I can't remember. I'll look up his name in a second after this one, but yeah. As a result, the company expects to significantly increase its profit margins, which it will if it goes all digital, as we are aware. Additional information from the report. Sony would be convinced that over time, most players will end up accepting the transition to digital-only ecosystem. The company believes that users will continue supporting PlayStation even without the option to buy physical games. Additionally, they consider that it's not necessary to maintain direct communication with fans about this decision, as they trust in strength of the brand and loyalty to their community. Joe, has there ever been a more of a get off your high horse moment?
I mean, it's PS3 era Sony all over again, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Early PS3 era Sony. They're way too and guys, everyone who has been wanting Microsoft to fail, this is what you get. They're saying this is what you get, because this is what happens when a company is so... They don't even have to... They have no competition now. for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, no,
I think it's disgusting, to be quite honest. I told you as well. Hashtag I told you so.
you did like the fact.
um,
I'm so surprised by this. By the way, so
uh,
fucking surprised.
I'm not. Just because it's it happens. Human behaviors don't change. And this is what happens when um when 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 you go unchallenged. Um, Anyway, yeah, I do think that I want to highlight one of the points. Currently, when Sony sells a first-party physical game to a retailer, the retailer gets about 30% of the sale price. Um, it's physical retailers. It is actually slightly less than that because
Because of distribution of the
there's
disc.
cost of creation, disc distribution, like physical shipping, blah 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 blah. So those can actually be anyway. But the point is, he does around 30%. He is correct. I think that Sony will continue to support the physical market with codes, but they will be collector editions and collector edition lights and things like that. Pieces of merchandise with DLCs, gift cards, etc.
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly, but I know that something like that will happen.
I mean, bear in mind, Moore's Law is dead. It was the person I was looking for. Apologies about that. When I like, he has said Sony can backtrack their decision. By the way, this is something they can do. It's still not like for that. And apparently, Joe, he has spoken to a lot of gaming devs. A lot of people did not know this was happening. This decision to go.
Surprise me.
This
This is corporate.
This decision to go digital was made in the last month.
I don't. I think
There's
that this would have been on the cards for a long time before.
No,
This would have
there
been
is people that in Sony's first party studios who are well high up that are like he said that he can't name them, but I trust Tom. But
yeah.
There's people from first party that didn't know that this was a decision that was being made.
Oh yeah. I can believe that, but I know that Sony higher ups and Sony this was known about prior to May because that's when they told publishers. So it's probably been on the cards for some time now. But then, it would have been decided by a bunch of like rich whiskey drinking, cigar smoking guys in a boardroom with like exotic dancers and lines of cocaine and all sorts of like. I jest. Obviously, that
only some of them
being sarcastic. But my point being is that it was basically it would have been decided by a bunch of people looking at revenues and charts and share and listening to shareholder feedback and being like, yeah, holy shit, why the fuck aren't we just going to do this now? We're ready. We don't care. Too many. They looked at their sales and thought, fuck it.
And I still feel like that a lot of people didn't know, and I'd fully believe that, especially the fact that
I believe that a lot of people didn't know. I'm saying that a lot of people but the Sony corporate would have known a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
it's just they wouldn't have. Sony are going to be one of those studios or one of those teams that being like, how the fuck are we going to do this? We want to do this. How the hell are we going to do it? And okay, we're going to do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. Maybe not. We're doing X, Y, Z. Okay, fuck it. That's how we're going to do it. Tell everyone in the teams. And it's not. They wouldn't have worked with the teams to make that decision.
Well, absolutely, because you're a game dev in this day and age, and you're going all digital. Oh, show me your work. What you mean? You used to work in a game that's now pulled from a digital store? I guess I don't believe you.
Well,
that's why so many people want physical media that are game devs. Like they can hold their work in their hands. You can't do that in a digital store. Like You know what I mean?
I mean, code in a box. Like, it's these
No,
things.
but I just mean physical disc. Like that's why
Uh,
game devs want that, because they
yeah.
will like an artist. An artist will portray your work, or having something that they've worked on.
Mm.
Like we're
Yeah.
going through it, like game devs will not be able to show any form of work that they worked on something in this and that's why, which I haven't put it here, but I'll bring it up now. PlayStation's PlayStation
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica
Yeah.
Studios announced, oh, don't worry, God of War Lao Fei will be physical, because they're shitting it that people won't buy their game. I mean, they're already shitting it because people are sexist and won't play the game because it's a woman. But the fact that
they are quite. Don't forget, they are well woke over there. Like, I mean, no, forget. I'm not talking about the game itself, but like that's a very very hardcore, politically driven area of the United States. And
no, but I'm just like, it's hilarious that they're coming out themselves like, don't worry, we are releasing physical, so please buy our game. Like, bear in mind, I'm going to buy it. Like, and as we're aware, like, it is kind of interesting because Wolverine doesn't have a collector's edition, but will have a physical disc.
license.
They meant a Spider-Man one. Do you think they won't make?
They
much
might
money?
do one, but
No, what I mean is, like, you don't think they won't make as
much
much money as they did Spider-Man?
I don't think Wolverine is as
Big as
wide. Yeah, he's not as big as Spider-Man. Spider-Man's probably the
no,
biggest.
he's
Marvel,
like top. No, I mean, like top 2 superheroes of all time. I think it's Spider-Man and Superman are top 2 of all time.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I think they might do one, but they might do it as a release with the PS6.
Really?
Potentially, I'm not sure they might do one. I have no inside knowledge on it, but if they haven't announced it already, I don't think they're doing one.
No, yeah, no, they're not. But I mean, like, Lao Fei isn't getting a collector's edition, but it's getting physical. But like,
are you sure it's going to get physical? When did they come out and say this?
who? God of War?
Sony Santa Monica.
Yesterday.
Yeah. They came out and said, "Okay, we're doing physical." So
this is after all the backlash. And like, this game is releasing next year, and people, oh, the game's releasing. Yes, we knew the game was releasing next year. It's going to be at Gamescom, like, in a month. Like, Jason Schreier said, this game is going to be releasing as early as April 2027. I don't know why people are surprised that this game's being released next year. We saw 20 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
Like, GTA releases this year, and we've seen more of God of War than we have GTA. Like,
yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Like, it's baffling how some things happen. Bear in mind, there are certain things that happen. Like, we've seen so much Scalebound back in the day. That game never got released. There are these things.
Yeah.
But this is a first party IP. Of course, like, they have a release window that they're going to hit, just like April, March, just like they did with God of War 2018. They're doing the same thing again. Like, it is. I guess they will probably, if there is a collector's edition of that game, it will be announced when they reveal the release date, which could possibly be September. I'm fully convinced PlayStation have a state of play every September. So we could see the release date either at Gamescom, like it could show up at Jeff's show. But I think it might show up in the state of play that's coming, because like Nintendo do direct in September, and PlayStation do their state of play in September. That's all the time. Like, it's been like that for the last few years. So obviously we will get those. So it is interesting to see, but Joe, PlayStation actually said something. It took them 6 days to tweet something after that big fiasco. What was it that they announced, Joe?
They announced that they were deeply sorry for the fan reaction for their strategy of moving away from physical and not giving a fuck about their fans, and that they were backtracking and they were actually saying we're going to go fully physical now. No, they didn't say that at all. They announced the Flex Strike wireless fight stick. Now, Dave, what the hell is this thing?
So
And how tone deaf can you get?
what about reading a room?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no. Obviously, this was something that was announced a good while back. But it is the Flex Strike is a wireless fight stick that will be coming out. I 6th of August. This comes out in correspondence of Marvel's Tocom Fighters. So, like as we know, it's a PlayStation game also. So this will be announcing with that. But my fucking god, how tone deaf do you have to be that people are waiting for you to announce something and that's the first thing you talk about? But yeah, no, I'm not getting it. It's funny that as we're aware, they have chosen to just completely ignore everything regarding this. And I guess there's only one more piece of news that I have, and that's from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's currently hit a concurrent 100,000 players on Steam as of an hour ago, which is pretty decent for the single player game. Yep. But I'm just like going through all of this now, just double checking some things. There's been a new Vincent Japanese ad for his induction into Assassin's Creed Revelations. I don't want to watch that. I'll watch it when I see it. Is there anything else? I'm quickly scrolling. Palworld recently hit 850 concurrent players on Steam, and that just it just released like 1.0 released recently, didn't
it? Yeah. Yes, it did. Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that is almost everything, if not.
No, Obsidian director slams misinformation from folks running their mouths via Insider Gaming. Earlier this week, it was revealed that Obsidian would be working on an all-new Fallout title, much to the jubilation of post-apocalyptic fans worldwide. Obsidian was the name behind 2010's Fallout New Vegas, often considered the best game in the entire 2-decade-old series. However, the revelation, paired with the mass Xbox layoffs and other bouts of turbulence, prompted many to make their assumptions and musings about Oblivion. There were claims that the studio's stock had faltered over the years and that an avowed sequel was cancelled to make room for Fallout. But in a new post, a director at the firm has discredited all of the above. Wow! Before going any further, consider downloading. That's an advert. Obsidian isn't the same studio it was 20 years ago. The news that Obsidian is making a new Fallout game should fill people with glee because it was the studio that brought to life New Vegas more than 15 years ago. It's also a saving grace, as at this rate, Bethesda Game Studios isn't going to make a new Fallout game for another decade. However, the recent slate of titles from Obsidian has some worried that the studio doesn't have the chops to do an open-world, post-apocalyptic game of justice. Most were looking to avowed a divisive RPG that split the community around a year and a half ago. In a post on LinkedIn, Brandon Adler, titled as Game Director on Unannounced at Obsidian Game Entertainment, wrote, "Another difficult aspect is having to see a bunch of cold take artists coming out of the woodwork to talk about what Obsidian is or what it isn't. The number of times I've seen people with no understanding of who has worked on our previous games or what they contributed talk about Obsidian isn't who they used to be. It's staggering. Most of the time they are not just wrong but spreading an enormous amount of misinformation." He suggested that folks in the directorate roles at Obsidian are now mostly the same as they were back then, and that the company's lineage is pretty clear throughout history. Adler then said, "Is Obsidian the same studio it was 20 years ago? No, of course not. Nothing stays the same, but the DNA at Obsidian is still the same as it always was. The same DNA that created KOTOR, New Vegas, I can't remember that, and Stick of Truth, NWN2. What is that?
NWN.
N2. Yeah. I can't. Anyway, and Stick of Truth. Just remember that you are seeing people spouting off Obsidian, running their mouths about who we are now versus what we were then. You were listening to someone crow about something with zero insight into how a game is made and who contributed to our previous games. These days, there are a hell of a lot of hearsay and conjecture that makes its way into the public realm, and it's far too often perpetuated by those who hear a rumor in a corridor somewhere or get past a little on a little tidbit of water cooler talk. In most cases, we see comments pushed into the realm simply because someone has a bit of clout, even if the comments they've made are loose as hell. Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah, no.
Very interesting.
I'm happy to see that they clap back and just like the one thing I'll say about Obsidian is Xbox's Insomniac is for PlayStation. Like
They've been the workhorse studio. Yeah, they've been the
Yeah.
donkey.
Three
Having
games
said
last year.
that,
Three games.
having
last year.
having said that, I do think that the writing in these games has not been as good as
the writing in
I think it's
Outer
something.
Worlds 2 is better than the writing of Avowed. I will say that 100%. And the
Yeah,
Avowed
but
writing is
Outer Worlds 2 is still not as good as Outer Worlds 1.
I mean, I agree, but
And
did they
Outer Worlds
say
1
because
isn't
Josh
as good as
Sawyer-
Fallout.
I mean,
I don't necessarily.
Josh Sawyer
God, no.
is back at the helm, so he could have a good say in how it's written and stuff like that. I mean,
I
it can
don't
only be
know.
optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all. I'm just saying that there's I don't think that it's necessarily the writer's fault. I think it's more. I don't know. I just think that the parameters by which they write have changed.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I agree with you there. Like
I think they write. I think they write.
basic.
To I think basic, but I think they write to with vast as an ocean writing, shallow as a shower. There's no depth to anything because they're trying to. I think they should double down on who's this game for, and write in a way that engages and is interesting, and go and double down on that shit. Depending on whoever something's written for, right? If you try and write a fantasy thing to appeal to everyone, it's not going to, because guess what? A lot of fucking people who like fantasy that's not going to appeal to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. And I understand why. I understand the thought process behind it, because they're like, oh yeah, if everyone plays the game, we'll make more money and the franchise grows. That is not what will happen, because you can't just magically make people who are not going to play your games. You have to bring them in like that. At least these types of games, like these AAA, fantasy RPGs, you need to change the format of the game, not change the not try and shoehorn them into that game by fundamentally changing what makes it good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no. Like for instance, the best thing to do is Avowed. Like there's a certain action that you can do to one of your side characters, companions.
Yeah.
And he will say something to you where he hates your fucking guts for the decision you made. A minute later, it's fine, as if nothing happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just dreadful.
Like there needs to be. That's why I'm kind of hoping with the next Fallout that they're making that there is a lot of like choice and consequence things.
Exactly, and that's just a prime example of it, of what I'm saying. Like like they and Skyrim did the same thing, by the way. Like there wasn't real choice and consequence. Like if you wanted to kill someone, like I'll give you a great example of it. Baldur's Gate 3. If you want to kill someone, even if they're important, they've got an important main quest, you go and kill them. They're dead. That's it. Done. Boom. You can't go back. There's no going back. I mean, you can load another save if you
Same
really
with
want,
Dark Souls, yeah.
but you can't go back. Yeah, exactly, right.
Except
But
there's no loading a save in Dark Souls, unfortunately. So,
well, no,
yeah.
um. So yeah, there you. And it's that type of thing that they need to. That and some of the writing when it's a bit bland. If it's it feels like cut copy paste type thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of shit. Anyway, yeah.
And we have one more news article for the week, and it's something. It is something.
Go on then.
Oh boy. Back to speculation station we go, where Destiny content creator Trace claims that Gearbox and Sony are in early talks for Bungie to make a remake of Borderlands 1, with Gearbox making a remake of Borderlands 2. What? Nobody wants this.
No.
Nobody wants this. People want Destiny. They want Destiny. You want a looter shooter? Destiny. What the fuck are you doing trying to do it like this? If this is real, it is terrible. It is terrible. And all I can say is I hope that this isn't true, but I think it might be. I really think it might be. And so it goes like this. So a new rumor claims that Bungie could be working on a Borderlands 1 remake, but don't get your hopes up just yet. Don't worry, I'm not. According to Destiny creator Trey, Bungie, Sony, 2K, and Gearbox are reportedly on early discussions about remaking the original Borderlands as a Destiny-style live service shooter. The rumor project would feature an open-world structure similar to Borderlands 4, seasonally paid content, semi-customizable player characters instead of an original Vault Hunter, and the same rumor was also meant that it would be a timed PS6 exclusive by the time it comes out. Oh boy. I don't want this.
No.
Nobody wants this.
Nobody wants this.
Bungie are the kings of the looter shooter genre, yes. They should be making their own IP, not be using Gearbox's IP. Well, I think that is, that's a crazy way to end the stories. But that is the end of this week's Gamer Chat podcast. Just under 2 hours.
Been a corker.
Been a heavily, I might even try and chop up some of the segments to certain areas, or post them separately throughout the week as well, along with the full video as well. So because we went deep into the Elder Scrolls 1 and the Xbox one. So I love chatting with you about that type of stuff, man. But this is this week's episode of the Gamer Chat podcast. Thank you all for listening over on Spotify and YouTube. Joe, where can people find you?
Mopish Lawyer platforms, Free Gaming Pillars professionally on this very podcast as well. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and I'm at Davey Plays over on X, Mr. Davyboy117 over on PlayStation, and the same over on Xbox. But we look forward to more videos from Joe and I. Upcoming videos in the next month, we have the Gamescom predictions, we have the Elder Scrolls, what could make it better, my series of not the Elder Scrolls, I wish, the Ocarina of Time. That would be maybe weekly. The next episode, I kind of don't know. It kind of depends on when I get the controller. It says tomorrow, but let's see.
I tell you what. Do you want to co-stream that with me at some point? The Ocarina.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because okay, so my point being is that if you're running around for an hour, I'll be look again, type thing if you need to. Also, it'd be good to get your live thoughts and reaction to it.
Yeah, no, I did say in the last video, if people want me to stream it, I can do that and just upload the VOD afterwards, so people can see what it's like as it go on. I'm looking forward to it, but I won't play it until I get the controller because I want to finish continue playing the game the way it was originally done. So yeah, I'm gonna head off now. Gonna have some fish and chips. Gonna go down to the chipper, pick up some fish and chips. Can't wait. And play some Assassin's Creed for the night. That's my plan. Any
Nice.
plans with you?
Mate, I'm gonna hit up Mafia, the Old Country.
Oh,
right now.
enjoy. Looking forward to hearing more about that next week. So
Yeah,
thank
man.
you everyone for joining us, and we shall see ye in the next video.
Peace.